Hello, welcome to the queue. It is Operation Casino Royale, and it is turn 3 for the Commonwealth and France. And here's our purchase for the Commonwealth. We have $12, so 2 infantry, 1 anti-aircraft gun, and we're going to upgrade 1 militia. The Calcutta, which is FEC, is going to spend their 5 to start a fortification in Calcutta. Sydney is going to spend 3 on an infantry and save 6. So let's go to our tech. We're bringing in improved construction, and we're going for radar. Both are at 7. So let's see what the magic dice have in store for us. That is beautiful. I love that. I love that. Where are we at here? So radar goes to 2. What was the other one I did? Improved construction. So it will be on the board. So that is a pretty darn good tech. I'm sure that whatever I choose for France, they're going to score as well. So, all right, no combat. We're not at war. So let's do some non-combat moves. Now, we could potentially be at war if Italy wants to be a belligerent. So we're going to move these one at a time. This aircraft from M2 on the carrier will fly 1, 2, 3 into Lower Egypt, and that's an FEC fighter. And there's not a darn thing Italians can do about it. However, they can on this next move. This battleship comes out of port here, M8, comes into M2. If they have any courage, they'll declare war, but they won't. Into M2, and then we'll go in port here in Gibraltar. If at any point the Italians do feel like a little gutsy and declare war at that move and the next one, then my non-coms will all be different as well. So I'll have to readjust on the fly. But the other is this FEC transport coming out of port in Gibraltar, grabbing the 2 infantry and doing the same crazy maneuver through the Italians, sailing through their ships into M8 and into port here in Egypt, dropping off the 2 infantry beforehand. And like I said, if Italy would like to declare war at either one of those moves, the rest of these non-combat moves will change, but I'm pretty sure they won't. All right, so we have a in-port transport here in Gibraltar, so it'll come out of port. 1, 2, nope, not that one. 1, 2, 3, and it'll go in port here in southern England. I don't think I have any markers there. It was carrying nothing. This transport in Northern Ireland is going to use strategic naval movement. It's going to grab this mountain from southern and this marine from northern, and we're going to go down 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Drop them off here in Gibraltar, and in port we go. All right, so that takes care of those maneuvers. We've got this seaplane from southern England, 1, 2, 3, 4 into Gibraltar. The air transport will go backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 into London, just to give us some flexibility there. All right, so other movements, we've got. Actually, I don't think we're going to move any of our ships here out of A21. I think we are. We're going to take a heavy cruiser, and he's going to come down 1, 2, 3 into A44 because these ships are going to come on over. 2 heavy cruisers, one of them's FEC. 3 destroyers, one of them's FEC. Light cruiser, and a light carrier with the tactical. They will come over here. Matter of fact, I'm going to leave that FEC destroyer and that sub there. The other light carrier that is empty will come up 1, 2, 3, 4 and join that card task force marker in A21 right there. All right. Thinking that's all my maneuvers there. What did I buy? I think we'll move the 2 infantry out of London into southern England, and 1 militia from southern England will move into London. All right. The submarine here in A23. That's right. I got it marked. All right. So he's going to come up 1, 2 into A4 and then go 3 into A17. Just because. All right. We're going to leave those there. I think this Russian ship moved. So I didn't move it. I must have missed that movement, but I think it's down here somewhere. All right, but I could be wrong. All right, that should be it for the British on this side of the world. We do have a transport here in South Africa. We'll grab these 2 infantry from Cape Town. 1, 2, 3, go in port here in Maharashtra after dropping them off in southern India. From Delhi, they'll move to southern India, and 1 infantry from Calcutta will move into southern India. All right, so what other maneuvers do we have? We've got this transport in I-9. 1, 2, it'll go in port in southern Africa. The destroyer will come up 1, 2, and we'll hang out there. The light cruiser here will come up 1, 2, 3 into I-5. And we still have an FEC destroyer here in I-4. He'll come up to I-5 as well. That's Russian. All right. I believe that's all our moves. Nothing going on here. So let's place. I'm looking for markers. I got French markers out, but their turn's coming up. So I think that's it. All right, we're good. Let's place our goods. I got the 2 infantry. We got the anti-aircraft gun and the upgrade. So the upgrade here is in South Africa. No surprise there. So that militia comes off. The anti-aircraft gun goes into Cape Town. And then the 2 infantry, we got 1 in London and 1 in northern England. All right. I think I'm going to put this militia over here. I'm sure I'll buy a militia at some point. So Calcutta gets the fort. You know what? I better leave that marker there to remind me to finish the fort at some point, because can't have the Japanese sneaking in on an unfinished fort there. And the last placement is this infantry from Anzac into Sydney. Take our $3 away. So we spent that and we spent all that. Saved 6. All right, so we do get a bonus of income here from Japan being dirty in the China area. So the UK is now up to 14, so they'll collect 14 for next turn. We're up to 7 for the FEC. And Anzac, I believe, is up to 5, so we're going to give them a 5 spot. So for the next turn, there'll be 14 for Britain, 7 for FEC, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 11 for Anzac. On to France. Let's roll. They're going for jets. They're going big. Going big or going home. Oh, they failed. I'm so happy. All right, that's cool. All right. Their purchase is 2 militia. We're going to lend-lease China, or KMT, I should say, an anti-aircraft gun, and we're going to save $4. So let's get rid of what they have. They had 12 to spend. They also went up, so this is the 4 they saved. I'll just do their movements and come back and get that stuff. All right, so we've got 3 subs here in I-7. They'll come over 1, 2, 3 into P42. We're going to get up close and personal with the Japanese. We're going to follow that up with a sub in M8. 1, 2, 3. We've got a transport in M8. We'll grab the 2 infantry. And the same as before, if Italy would like to declare war. Of course, if they declared war on the British, then we're not actually going to pick those up. We'll do something else, but I'm sure they won't. come over 1-2, go into port, and we'll drop one off in Algeria and one off in Tunisia. The major port's up here, so I couldn't make back to France. All right, so this transport has a Foreign Legion and a Mountain. It'll come here into French Guiana. It'll go in port and drop off the 2 units in French Guiana. The light cruiser and destroyer will come back, let's see, just 2, I believe, into... Will they come back all the way? So they can go from A42, 1, 2, 3 into M2. And we'll be there. And just for grins, we'll put all those units on escort duty. Not that it matters. We have a battleship here in A29. He'll come up 1, 2, 3 into A23. Matter of fact, both of them will. 2 destroyers here in A29. They will come down 1, 2 into A35 and sit there for now. I've got a fighter in Paris, which will come into Normandy. The 2 mechanized will come from Aquitaine into Normandy. The medium bomber from Paris, 1, 2, 3, 4 into French Morocco. All right, so what have we got here? Really, I think that's going to be it. I don't see anything else worth moving. I guess we can move that artillery over to Normandy. I think that's it for the French. Yep, we're good. All right, let's get their goods. 2 militia, the anti-aircraft gun will come in. It can go either spot, so depending on where China would like it, or KMT, we could come in here into Yunnan, which is most likely. But if he does want it here in Kwangtung, it certainly can go in that port there. So, but I'll put it in Yunnan for now. All right, the 2 militia, they just go here in Paris as we prepare for the German onslaught. All right, that should be it. Yeah, that's pretty much it in a nutshell. Let's look at the French cash. They saved 4, and they are now up to 8. So that will be 12 for next turn, which is what they had for this turn. All right, let's look at a recap. And we've got 3 French subs in P-42, French sub in I-7, along with Anzac destroyer, FEC transport in Maharashtra, 2 British infantry, 2 FEC infantry, and a militia in southern India, 3 infantry and a militia in Calcutta. Nothing's changed. Infantry, militia, militia, militia. The only change down here in Sydney is we added an infantry. Down here in South Africa, we have an infantry. We got an anti-aircraft gun here in Cape Town. Anzac transport in Port, South Africa. In Port in Lower Egypt is an FEC transport. There's an FEC fighter, 3 infantry, and a militia in Lower Egypt. And what changed over here? M2 is now a sub and an FEC destroyer, along with a French destroyer, French light cruiser, and a torpedo boat destroyer. The French transport is in Port in Algeria, which has a French infantry. Tunisia has a French infantry. French Morocco has a medium bomber. French in port in Gibraltar is 2 battleships and 1 transport. In Gibraltar is a Marine, Mountain, infantry, militia, and a seaplane. Out in A44 is a light carrier with a tactical, a light cruiser, 2 destroyers, and 3 heavy cruisers. One of them is FEC. 2 French destroyers and A35. In port in French Guiana is a transport. There is also a Foreign Legion Mountain in Guyana. There's that Guinea. Guyana, I don't know, it's buried there. All right, Paris is 2 militia, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 infantry. Southern France is a militia. Alsace is 3, 3 infantry. Normandy is a fighter, 2 not motorized, they're mechanized. 2 mechanized and 1 artillery. I don't know what that sea zone is. A-23. Like I said, I don't think that Russian destroyer is there. But there is 2 French battleships and a coastal defense ship that's British. London, 1 infantry, 2 militia, fighter, medium bomber, air transport. Southern England, militia, 2 infantry, and port is a transport. A-21 is the main British fleet. 1, 2, 3, 4 destroyers, 1 light cruiser, 2 heavy cruisers, 1 battle cruiser, 1 battleship, 1 light carrier, and 2 torpedo boat destroyers. A-17 is a sub, and Northern England is a militia infantry. That's pretty much it in a nutshell. Who is up next? Oh, it's Italy. They'll probably go in the morning, would be my guess.